It's my favorite day of the week. It is auction day, dealer auction day to be exact. And that right there is a 2020 Land Rover Discovery HSE, a supercharged 6-cylinder with 80,000 miles that I bought in New Hampshire at a dealer auction for just $16,000. I shipped it down to Florida for $1,000. We did do brakes, we did do an oil change, we did do an alternator, which cost roughly another $1,000. So I'm into that car for about $18,000. Now that isn't that popular up in the Northeast. However, down in Florida, which I will show you later in this video, these are wildly popular down here, and today we're gonna go to a dealer auction to see if we can sell this and make a profit. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels, and you're gonna come along with me. Let's get going. So yes, we will look at that Blackwing CTSV, that Porsche over there. There is a Z06 over there and a C7 over there. There is a V8 392 Hemi Jeep Wrangler over there, and just lots of other cars that we'll go through. But before we do that, let's dive into this car. Again, a 2020 Land Rover Discovery HSE, which is a supercharged inline 6-cylinder, 20-inch wheels, upgraded off-road tires. This thing actually has a decent amount of power, 4-wheel drive with the off-road package. So you can see right here, you do have your terrain package, and you have your big display on the instrument cluster. This is very similar looking to what a Range Rover looks like in 2020, which we'll show you again later in this video. It is a 5-passenger. It does not have the third row. It does have a sunroof and plenty of seating in the rear and space and comfort. If I push right here, the hatch will open automatically. I have 2 keys, 2 remotes. I have the WeatherTech mats. It is a 1-owner vehicle, and it's really, really clean and serviced. Now today, we're gonna sell it over there at the auction and see if we can make a profit. I own it for roughly $18,000 after all of our repairs, after shipping and everything else. But I have been driving it for 8 months. So I have gotten my use out of it. Now it is push to start as well, and instead of Range Rover, we have Discovery right here. This is a near identical interior to the Range Rover. Now, as a dealer, I have access to really any vehicle I want, and I do get to dabble in different vehicles so I can learn them and see what I like about them, what I don't like about them. And the idea is you're test driving them while they're under your ownership. So everything is always for sale while you own them. If you have a dealer's license, anything you put your dealer plate on has to be for sale. So let's say this vehicle, it has to be listed for sale, it has to be under our insurance, and I can drive it and learn this vehicle, and if there's anything wrong with it, it helps me get to know that car better and know what needs to be repaired. That way we're selling a better quality vehicle. Now, while it's for sale, you get to drive it. That is the perk of this business. So this Land Rover, I've been driving it for 8 months while it's been for sale in New Hampshire. If somebody wants it in New Hampshire, we'll gladly ship it back up and sell it to them, or we can sell it wholesale at this dealer auction down here and then cash out when we're done with it. So if it doesn't sell online to anywhere in the nation, we can run it through the wholesale, and in the meantime I get to drive it and enjoy it until we decide it's ready to let it go. Now before this, I had a 2022 Range Rover, which was incredible, but it was also a $60,000 car, and there's just no reason I needed to tie up that much money in a Range Rover. So I got rid of it and I downgraded to this vehicle, something that I could fit my family in, be comfortable, and I'm not going to say be reliable, but reliable enough for the 8 months while I owned it. Well, we just bought a new Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe, so I don't need this anymore, so we are gonna let it go. In the meantime, let's check out some other cars. Goodness, like this 2025 CTSV Blackwing. Why do I own a Corvette when there are things like this in the world? We have the carbon fiber spoiler, the blue exterior with black accents, CT5V Blackwing with the midnight wheels, and I called it midnight wheels. I completely made that up like I knew what I was talking about. Look at the leather interior seats and carbon fiber accents. We do have the V insignias here on the steering wheel. Now here's how incredible this car is. This is a hand-built 6.2 liter V8 with 668 horsepower, and I think like around 659 foot-pounds of torque. Hand-built by Brandon Andrus on this engine. Unbelievable. Now something that's really cool about this car, you heard it start up and I revved the engine, but check this out. If I push right here, it changes the exhaust tones completely and goes into V mode. Now I'm gonna set the camera up by the exhaust and I want you to listen to the difference in the exhaust tones. Unbelievable. And it comes in a manual 7-speed transmission. Why do I own a Corvette when there is something that fits my entire family with more horsepower, a supercharged version of the engine that I have in my Corvette, and then a 6-speed manual transmission? Like, you don't even get that option in many cars anymore. You get it in a Camaro and you get it in the Cadillac. You don't have that option in a Corvette. Now I paid $112,000 for my Corvette E-Ray in the same color. This car, $96,900, which is amazing that that car is less than my Corvette, and honestly probably handles near the same. Granted, it is bigger, it is heavier, and it is not mid-engine, but it fits my entire family for less money with more power. Now, I told you the Land Rover Discoveries are more popular in the South. Here's another one. This is a 2023, I think. Let's see. This is a 2024 with 9,000 miles. Mine is a 2020 with 80,000 miles. So significant difference, but you can see that it's the same car, different shifter, bigger display, but it's essentially the same style with just a couple little upgrades from 2020 to 2024. Same steering wheel, says Discovery here, bigger tablet display, different shifter, but near identical on the exterior. I mean, the exterior looks like the same exact car. And then right next to it is another one. So we're gonna see another one right here from the same dealer. This is a 2024 with 8,000 miles. Again, same looking car as mine running through the auction today. Now, this is a 2024 Land Rover Discovery S. It's a 4-cylinder turbo. Mine is a supercharged 6-cylinder. They're asking $50,000 for this one, and at their location they're asking $56,900 for this one. Again, 2024 Land Rover Discovery S, which is another 4-cylinder turbo. Now, the car of the day for me is this right here. I just told you I bought a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. I bought a 4xe, which is a 4-cylinder turbo hybrid, which is basically like a Jeep Compass. It's like driving around a Jeep Compass. I don't love the lack of power that the Jeep has. It feels very cheaply made and it's really loud. This one, however, has a 392 Hemi. Look at that step come down. Same interior as mine, minus it says 392. On this one, mine does not. Mine does say Rubicon. It's the exact interior. But listen to this. If I go right here, you'll see the 2 keys, same keys as mine. But if I push this button right here, that is how a Jeep should sound. That's how a Bronco should sound too. Why is that not just the option in everything? And also, that's an $80,000 Jeep Wrangler, which is nuts to me. 40, 50,000 seems reasonable. 80,000 for a Jeep Wrangler because it has a V8? No thanks. I'll stick with my Jeep Compass engine in my Jeep Wrangler, I guess, although that sounds amazing. And like I said with the Land Rover Discoveries, they sell well down in the South. We have a Range Rover here, we have a Range Rover here, there's a Range Rover down there, there's a bunch of Porsches, there's a Range Rover here. They are everywhere. Oh my goodness, a Z06. Let's check out the Z06. I love the lower lip, and what do you call these right here? What are these parts called? I'm not even gonna make up a name. This has gotta be a wrap, right? I don't think this comes in a color option, so let's see. No, this is the color. Wow, this is the color. Huh, I thought that would be a wrap. Wow, that's really sharp. Odd color combo though, in blue and red. Z06 going through auction 2023 with 9,000 miles. I love this wing. Carbon aero wing, tinted taillights. I feel like that's a wrap. Was this car originally white? Okay, yeah. All right, that is a wrap, not paint. Okay, the car was originally white in a 2019 Grand Sport, but this thing is supercharged. Is it a 7-speed manual? Oh no, it's weird that they wrapped it in a matte silver when this is an amazing color. We have another Range Rover here, but although I did buy a Wrangler, I really want a Bronco. I wish they came in V8s. I don't know, does the Raptor R have a V8 option? I don't really know. I love the all-white Broncos with the black tops. What a cool looking interior. I would honestly prefer this over my Wrangler, but it seems like most of these come in 4-cylinder turbo. Oh, that's what my Wrangler is. The whole reason I didn't want a Bronco, because I didn't want it in a 4-cylinder turbo, and I bought a 4-cylinder turbo Jeep. But it's electric. I'm going green, right? Which we'll do some reviews on soon. I want to do a Bronco project where I make it look like retro. Like I want a new Bronco to look like a 1970 Bronco in maybe baby blue or white, or I don't know. Now, something that is similar to that CT5 Blackwing are the M5s. Now, this isn't an M5. This is maybe an M3, but it's probably like a 330 with M package upgrades. Let's check it out. Let's see here. This is a 2022, okay, 330i. Love the blue. And you'll see here M performance. So it has M upgrades like the M wheels, the M color with black trim, and you'll see M performance package here and on the floorboards down there. So even though it's not an M, you can upgrade these to get M package options like you're seeing right here. And this 330 engine is like, they're just like so amazingly powerful, tunable, and a lot of fun to drive. Now, if you get the M5, it comes with, I think, a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. Are they all-wheel drive? I feel like they are all-wheel drive. drive, and they are so fun. Not that reliable after like 60, 70,000 miles. This engine's far better than the 4.4 liter as far as I'm concerned. I've seen 4.4 liters smoke like crazy for decades. Never really see too many issues on this engine right here. What is that? Is that an Aston Martin? Sounds like that. I'm looking at the R8, and this is what caught my attention. These are so affordable. What's great about this being an Aston Martin is you're getting like exotic car, supercar looks, feels. Watch when I open the door. It kind of opens up and not just out. This car is an Aston Martin. It has a 500 horsepower, 4-liter twin-turbo V8 AMG Mercedes engine. So they are far more reliable than Aston Martins of the past. You're getting AMG technology and reliability and performance, not English oil leaks. I'm sure people will hate that I said that, but these cars, sub $100,000, and you're getting supercar looks. You can go to car shows with Huracans and Aventadors and park right next to them, and this still has that same cool factor. Look at these dashes. This is a wow car on not a wow budget. And then you go to this right here. This is a 2022 Aston Martin DBX, the family-friendly version of that car. Fits 5 people, same 4-liter twin turbo V8 option to come in these, and they come with like bucket racing seats in an SUV. So if you can't afford a Lamborghini Urus, this is the alternative, and you're not gonna drive everywhere and have people yell to you, hey, you know that's an Audi, right? Which is a real thing. Ask anybody that owns a Urus and listen to what people comment. All the haters, you know that's an Audi. Look at, it's an SUV with 580 horsepower. And the twin to the Lamborghini Huracan, you have your V10 Audi R8. Like I just said, you know that's an Audi, right? Lamborghini Huracan, Audi R8, sister cars. Same engine, same platform, same mid-engine, same performance, near similar interior, and you're getting Audi, which the reason I love this car more than the Lamborghini is you can literally bring it to Audi and Volkswagen and have it serviced. You can do that with your Lamborghini too, but just that's a little bit of a life hack if you're ever going to get into this market. And then here we go, a Chevy SSR. I think these have a 5.3 liter V8. They're trucks, they're convertibles, they're kind of Corvette-y, they're kind of hot roddy, they're pretty neat, and they're fairly affordable now, and they have a good amount of horsepower. I'd love to say that this has a 6 liter, but I think it's just a 5.3. And we have some water on the floor, not some, a good amount of water. It's not gonna start. Oh, wait, there we go. Out of gas. Yep, out of fuel. No, it's not out of fuel. Where must be a fuel pump because we have a quarter tank of gas. Oh, there we go. That sounds good. Now in videos of the past, you heard me saying I want to get into the Aston Martin market, the Audi R8, the Lamborghini, the Ferrari market. I freaking lose my shirt on Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and they are so much more work and so much more money to maintain, obviously. And honestly, last week I was at an auction in New Hampshire where I was the high bidder on a 1999 Honda Prelude. I got just as much joy out of that $1,980 Honda Prelude as I did from my Ferrari 360. And it would have been more reliable, better on gas, cheaper to maintain, sold way quicker. And honestly, I would have made more money on that Honda Prelude for $2,000 than I did on my Ferrari. So I'd love to be driving exotics, and it's one of the reasons I came down to Florida. It's not gonna be my full-time gig. It'll be a hobby, it'll be for fun, and I'm gonna stick with what works, the things that make me smile that are cheap. I'm gonna get back to cheap cars that make me smile, not just Ford Fusions, but like the SSR would be a lot of fun for me to fix, clean, fix the leak, make it run right, and then sell for a profit over like that 2002 Ferrari that everybody ended up hating me over. Yeah, cool, you want a Ferrari. Like, you gotta go back to the everyman. My brother said it right, add them all together. Focus on the everyman. What does everybody like? What can everybody afford? Focus on those things, and quite honestly, they make me just as happy. $3,500 cars all day long. Ask me, my dad, my brother. That's where it's at. Even though I just said that, kind of quite the opposite is this brand new Range Rover. Look at how wide and long this rear door is. Oh my goodness. Which is weird because I was expecting a crazy amount of legroom, but they obviously extended this rear section so they could add the third row, which isn't common in the Range Rover. So this is a third row Range Rover, extended obviously, which is why the door is so long. But why not just extend this part like the Suburban? Why make this oddly gigantic door? It's huge. The door is huge. Why not make equally proportioned doors and then an extended rear like they do in the Defenders? There's something on the other side of this Lexus. I already forgot what it was, but I know I was interested. Yep, there we go. I'm interested. So another Cadillac, Apex wheels, V, but is this a 6-cylinder V? These come with a 6-cylinder supercharged option. They come with, is it a twin? Yeah, the CT4 I think is a twin turbo Blackwing. Also comes with a manual transmission option, but I think it's a twin turbo 3.6 liter versus the CT5. This is an automatic. The CT5 comes with a supercharged 6.2 liter. So let's check this out. Yeah, That is a 6-cylinder. And I believe it's twin turbo. Am I correct? Still a crazy amount of power, fun car to drive, but I never really liked this 3.6 liter. They had timing chain issues in all the GMC Acadias and the Chevy Traverses. And all I can think of in this car is you're buying a Chevy Traverse engine with twin turbos. So the engine was never reliable to begin with. I'm sure they re-engineered it and made it more reliable, but I had so many problems back in like 2008 to 2015 that I'm sour on the engine now. Look at this. This also has the V buttons. If I push the V button, the exhaust did open up. It's pretty good looking. That's a pretty good sounding 6-cylinder. All right, the auction's starting. I want to update you on my Florida dealership as well. So I'm going to get into the auction with you guys and then go through what's been happening in Florida because we're starting a dealership officially down here. So I'll update you on that shortly. I'm bidding on a Corvette right now, yes. Yeah. 2002 Corvette supercharged, yeah. 71,000 miles in a manual transmission. Yeah, 9,500. I'm the bidder at 9,700, yeah.
2, 10, 3, 10, 400, give it above 400, give it above 400, give it above 400,
Did you say that was supercharged? That one was supercharged? Yeah, Carlo was, yeah. Over 12 grand, I stopped at 11.9. I'm kind of regretting not buying it. Those V8 Hemi Rubicons have dropped tremendously in value. Those are $80,000, $90,000 Rubicons, and now they're $60,000, which is amazing. The Discoveries are going through completely different than mine, so I can't compare values, but that one's going through right now for $40,000. I want, if I get 20, that's great. If I get 18 and break even, I drove a car for free for 8 months. Another one, 40 grand, 41,000, they want 45, so it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant compared to my car. $60,000 is so much money, but that is tempting. This is a beautiful truck, so cool. But really, I'm not gonna, the tires are brand new on it. It has 44,000 miles, that is cool. I don't need anything like this for $60,000. I literally made this video and said in it, I don't need a $60,000 car anymore. That means I'm stuck with my 4-cylinder hybrid that sounds like it's going to blow up. I'm really hating on that Jeep that I love today. Something that's cool about this auction, now you can see it rained. The roads were filthy, and driving this thing here, this thing got dirty, and I did not have the time to clean it because I had to check it in before 8 a.m. Coming down south an hour, 45 minutes-ish. I couldn't clean it, so I called my buddy Byron here. He does all the detailing. Byron, I got a Land Rover. Here's the number. Can you clean it? Look at how well he cleaned this car. Boom. Crunched over, down on his hands and knees, scrubbing the wheels and tires. Look at how good they look. The rusty rotors are actually brand new. It's because of the chemicals he used to clean the wheels. That's why they look the way. And then he washed and waxed the whole car while it was parked. Look at how good it looks compared to what it looked like. I don't think I showed you what it looked like originally. It is so clean. Honestly, this is a retail ready car. It has brakes, it has rotors, it has a new alternator, it has a brand new battery, and it's nice. So whoever's gonna buy this is getting a good Land Rover. If I had a retail lot, I would sell it in Florida, but I don't yet, so it's gonna go to wholesale. G-Wagon. Love my New Hampshire videos. I've been home quite a bit trying to rebuild flying wheels in New Hampshire, and it's made me so happy, and I feel at home and comfortable at those auctions, and I actually like what I've been buying. So I've been buying, what's up with my hair? I've been buying like 7, 8, 9 cars at a time when I go home, and I go home once or twice a month now, and I'm honestly truly happy buying those things. And then being at this auction, like, what am I gonna do with a Rolls Royce? Is that a Dawn and a Rolls Royce Ghost? I don't even know what these are, nor do I have the money to afford them. So this is a Dawn. What is that? Cullinan. That's a Rolls Royce Cullinan. That's a Rolls Royce Dawn. I don't know. Oh, check this out. Don't do it, Craig. You know you hate these. You know you don't want one. Yes, I do know that. 2005 Mercedes SL 500 with 20,000 miles. And here's what's crazy. It says arbitration on the windshield, meaning something is wrong with this car that they arbitrated it on a 20,000 mile Mercedes. Look at how beat up and abused these things get. The screen is all broken and the instrument cluster is broken and the top probably doesn't work and it's faded here with 20,000. I hate these cars with a passion, but they're so cool looking and they're so cheap. That's what's tempting about them. It's probably like a $5,000 or $6,000 car. What is this right here? Is this a GT3? No, that's just a 911 Carrera with a GT3 looking wing. The GT3 is very different, although it looks so similar. It has a roll bar, different suspension, different wheels, different body package. So different. This is your crazy to say base model 911, but it's a 911 Carrera with 985 miles. Why is it here? Because they'll get all the money for it here and not have to wait to try to sell it. And while we're at the auction, just to show you, it isn't all Ferraris and Porsches and Audis. This is a 1974 Corvette Stingray, and it says it has a 454 in it. Did it come with a 454 in 1974? I have no idea, but someone upgraded the brakes to Wellwood brake calipers. And is it a 4-speed? No, it's an automatic. It's a driver. It's not a perfect show car, but that door shuts well. Oh, this is so cool to still see. The 70s were a weird time, and Corvettes have never been like a young person's car. Even this was an old person's car in the 70s. Comes with T-tops. And I like how it says first gear, second gear, third gear, drive neutral. That's pretty neat. Oh, somebody changed the gauges as well. Really neat car. I don't think this is going through the auction today, but a 454 Stingray at the auction is pretty cool. Hopefully I get to see it when it runs through in a week, or maybe next week, maybe the week after. Land Rover's going through in just a second. Went through now, starting bid 20, no money yet.
Hey, it's still been fresh service. All through and on down. I'm gonna let them bid 14, 15 on the money. 16 done in. Hey, what's gonna be the least?
16 and a half.
Hey, he said I gotta be 17. You give 16, 15, 5, 16.
Thank you anyway. So the Land Rover didn't sell. I think the high bid was 15.5, which is just tremendously low. I mean, I think I paid 16 or 16.5, so I guess it's not tremendously low considering I paid 16 8 months ago and put probably 5,000 or 6,000 miles on. I think I bought 79,000 miles and now I have 85.6 on it. So I put 6,000 miles I got to have using it. So I guess the number was right on. It was kind of an experiment. I wanted to see what we get for it. If we cashed out and broke even, it's worth it. If not, I'll sell it. I mean, if one of you guys want it, you're welcome to it. I don't need to make any money on it. I think we have it for sale for like $21,000 on our website. I was coming here anyway, so to wake up early, have a day at the auction. I should have bought that Corvette. That's the one that got away. 12K for supercharged C5 standard transmission with 70,000 miles. That is the one that got away and kind of bumming me out. But now, whatever, I'll sell this thing. I don't need the money. It's not like I have to cash out. I just need the space. With that in mind, maybe I'll give it to one of you guys for cost. Look at the cars that are here. This is amazing. Incredible what's down in Florida. Listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this car to Miami and let it sit. That's gonna be my transportation down that way. In the meantime, I'll probably rerun it at the auction again when I get back. I'll be gone for 2 weeks. If somebody wants this thing, I'll sell it. I'll sell it for $18,000. I think I own it for like 18 plus auction fees or whatever. So if somebody wants it for my price, now we did do a new alternator, new battery, new serpentine belt, new brake pads and rotors all around, and a new battery, which is located in the trunk. So it is a 2020, again, HSE Discovery, 85,608 miles. So it'll probably be around 86,000 miles when we're done. It does have the 20-inch wheels, and it has the Wild Peak AT Falcon tires with good tread on them. Body is clean all the way down the side. Little tiny scratch right there and right there. Tires are matching all around. Not that I go 85. Cruises down the highway at 85 smoothly. I do have 2 keys for it. The other key is somewhere. This should pop down, I think, as well. And then this comes down when I use it off the remote. WeatherTech mats, the carpets. Let's see. Here we go. That's how that works. I believe it has no tow package. Does have the spare down there. Those seats all fold flat. Storage here, storage there. To push this, that'll close. And then going down this side, we have a little bit of a scratch right there, right here. A couple scratches in the door. I love the blacked out version of this car. I think it's really cool to see it in silver and black. That's why I bought it. I didn't want the Range Rover because it was so expensive. This was like my budget Range Rover, and it's been good to me. And it has the same engine that the Range Rover HSE has, the supercharged 6-cylinder. So if anybody wants this thing, again, 86,000 miles, you can have it for my price. I think it was $68,000 brand new. I'll sell it for 18. Somebody wants it, reach out to me on our website, www.flying-wheels.com. Make money on it. I drove it. If I can drive it for free, that's a win. If I can help somebody else out with a decent car, that's a win too. So thanks for watching. In the meantime, I'll probably, I don't know what I'll do with it, but if somebody wants it, hit me up. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Auction days are fun anyway. I got to make a video. I got to look at some fun cars. And now I want a CT5 Blackwing. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Adios. Oh, also, we ship nationwide, so I can set up shipping for you and send it right to your door.
The car!